Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, Koholayim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Hahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the waters for the H.I.M and H.I.M. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Zachana Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And me and a beloved brother Allah, we was talking about seeing tokens of Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? Starting off in this new year, and I seen this particular news coverage right here on. And matter of fact, look at the ambulance. The ambulance actually got 144 on the side of it, right? So it says dozens dead, hundreds injured after ski resort fire in Switzerland. And you already know who was there. These definitely was Edomites, overall. Probably some Jake there, a couple of Jake here and there, you know what I'm saying? But this is some Edomite shit, because them the ones that's in that cold and skiing. And, Esau, he's that cunning hunter. He's not a keeper at home. He's all over the fucking planet doing weird shit. But anyway, I'm going to play this news coverage. This is fair use. The 1976 Copyright Act 107. And this is just for educational purposes only. But I just found this to be spiritual with that 144 on this ambulance. So let's play it from Fox News here.
Good morning. It's 6 a.m. here on the East Coast. Welcome to Fox and Friends, and we begin with a Fox News alert.
Yeah, it's tragic. Dozens are dead and about 100 more hurt after a terrible fire tore through a bar during a New Year's Eve party in Switzerland.
Shanley Painter joins us now with the details. Good morning, Shanley.
Hey, good morning. So it happened at a bar in Crans, Montana, a luxury ski resort town some 2 hours from the Swiss capital of Bern. Police say an explosive fire ripped through a bar called Le Constellation during a New Year's celebration. Several dozens of people are presumed to have been killed. One local outlet reporting up to 40 people are dead. Police say around 100 people are also injured, some very seriously.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot hide it from you. We are shaken by what happened last night. On behalf of the command of the police, I extend my deepest sympathy to the victims and the families affected by this tragedy.
Now, the cause of the reported explosion and subsequent fire is unknown at this time. Swiss authorities say this was not a terror attack. We're also learning local hospitals' intensive care unit, one of them, is full, so victims are actually having to be transferred to other area hospitals. And this is an area that is heavily visited by tourists from all over the world. Officials say that several nationalities are among the victims in this tragedy that is continuing to develop. We're continuing to learn more, guys, as well.
Yeah, Chanley, that last point there you raised about the international tourists, for our viewers to understand, this is one of the most internationally renowned ski resorts. They routinely have some of the Olympic competitions to qualify there. So it's likely that this location, this bar they were celebrating, would have been a top sort of Swiss Alps destination for tourists, not just the locals.
Exactly. In fact, they're asking locals to be very cautious because the emergency services there are so inundated with victims at this time. But you're correct. I mean, this is a world-renowned resort town. In fact, next month, they're holding the World Championship in alpine skiing. So, again, people from all over the world visiting, especially for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day holiday there. This is a very popular bar where this explosion and fire happened. And the authorities are saying that with so many victims from so many different countries all over the world, it's going to take time to find out and identify who is deceased and who was injured, and then find out where they're from. So this is going to be a long investigation.
Shanley, do we have any more information on what caused the blaze? I think I saw the officials said they used the French phrase for backdraft, and how, a flame may ignite some combustibles and it kind of rip through it. Do we know any more about it?
We don't know an official cause the authorities are saying yet, but as you said, there has been some local stations or reporters that have I don't know if it's speculated or if they have some sources there that say maybe this was an explosion that possibly started with some pyrotechnics that were happening in the building, or even it started in the basement and then the fire, it was rapidly and violently spread throughout a building and a bar that held up to 400 people at this venue. So many hundreds of people are affected by this.
Chandler, I know you say they're still trying to identify folks. Do you have any, has there been any report on Americans being there?
Not yet. We haven't had any word on that, but we could probably assume that, yes, there would be people from the U.S. there at this world-renowned ski resort in the Swiss Alps.
All right, Chandler Painter, thank you very much. We'll continue to follow this story. Hopefully we'll get an update from officials later today, but it's a great point. Americans certainly could have been there because this is a top destination in the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, it's tragic regardless. I mean, life is life and precious, but we're talking to an American audience who's sitting there maybe wondering about their loved ones and they were traveling abroad, but hopefully those in the hospital recover quick and the number stays where it's at.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it does give pause for concern. It was just after midnight that the fire broke out. You have to wonder if there was some sort of pyrotechnics to celebrate the new year. And, people were just there being joyful and celebrating. And then something like this tragedy occurs. And it's just not.
Okay, so Khan, you see it. And here's another one too that I seen as well. 2 killed by fireworks in unprecedented New Year's Eve violence in Netherlands as historic church goes up in flames. Oh man! So this supposedly had been a 17-year-old boy and a 38-year-old man. But anyway, let's grab some scriptures real quick on this, because me and the beloved, we was just, we kind of texting back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And talking about how pray that we see some tokens of Esau, catching them L's this year, man. And that's a good start right there. So let's get Amos 3 and 6 real quick. And it reads, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? So the Lord, he set that up. Because we have to break down that, that bullshit that these Christians be talking about as far as the Lord. He loves every damn thing and loves everybody. And that's not scriptural. That is not biblical. That is not in the Bible anywhere, man. That the Lord loves everybody and loves everything. Matter of fact, let's get Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Because let these Christians tell it, it's Satan just running throughout the planet, just doing what he wants to do, killing people. And that's not the case. We're going to get that right now. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. And it reads, see, now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Let's get another one. Further prove it. Precept upon precept. 1 Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord, you see Lord in all caps, Lord, that's Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one in the Paleo Hebrew, and the true name of his son is Yahweh Shai, which means that he's the savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. And he's not some blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy out here with some little white boy on his shoulders, you know what I'm saying, with 2 baby lambs by him, just looking all effeminate as hell, like he loves every damn thing. That's all pictures and paintings and whitewashing of Esau, the so-called white man's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not scriptural. White Jesus is idolatry according to the Bible, right? But again, this is 1 Samuel 2 and 6. It says, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Not Satan, man. So now let's go into the scriptures as far as like Satan's job, though. Because Satan is a spirit on the left-hand side that does the work. He's actually a son of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. He does the work of Yahweh. He's not just out here just running rampant and don't have no boundaries, or you know what I'm saying, like he's just out here. Nah, man, you can get that account basically in Job chapter 1, 2, I think maybe 3. But when you go through the story of what was going on with Job, that bet that the Lord made with the spiritual demon Satan, basically, which is the son of God, he actually met up with the other sons of God. But when you look at those scriptures, you can clearly see the Lord gave him stipulations on what he could do to Job and what he couldn't do to Job. It wasn't like he can just be like, oh, well, forget what the Lord said about that. I'm just going to go ahead and kill Job. No, he actually obeyed the Lord. He obeyed the Lord. He obeyed exactly what the Lord said he could do and couldn't do to Job. You can just read through that book, and you'll see, from the very first chapters, and you'll see that he obeyed the Lord. He didn't go beyond what the Lord said he could do, man. So anyway, let's go into these spirits of vengeance, and Satan is a part of that. So this is Ecclesiasticus. Let me see, 39, chapter 39, verse 32. Right? It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, Salakia. So the Lord created spirits of vengeance to appease his wrath when he's pissed, man. Very first one on the list is fire. How did all those people die? Fire. And hail, and famine, and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And we know Esau is the ultimate wicked, man. They was up in there partying it up, probably off all kinds of drugs, drinks, you know what I'm saying? Had all those plans for the new year, I went into that earlier, with that Proverbs 27:1, where it talks about boasting not thyself in tomorrow. You can't say what you're going to do tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes. The scriptures talks about saying, if it's the Lord's will, I'm going to do such and such, such and such. A lot of these people, they make these New Year's resolutions, and they get to talking about their plans for the year. I'm going to be here. I'm going to do this. Got the calendar and shit already mapped out. You know what I'm saying? Week to week to week to week. And not knowing that they don't, they have no idea what's going to happen to the asses in the next 30 seconds. But anyway, verse 31 is the scary part. Well, I say all of it is scary, but I remember when I first came into this truth and I seen this, because I didn't know. I always thought it was Satan myself. It is him, but he's under the direction of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's the Lord that gives him his rules and regulations and tells him what to do. He goes forth and he does it, and he can't disobey him. He can't disobey the Lord, man. He works for the Lord. He's an employee of the Lord, so to speak. And when it comes to a lot of this destruction, you can say he's probably like employee of the month, man. Every month. Anyway, verse 31, it says, they shall rejoice. Now these spirits, now they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. See, they can't transgress the word of the Lord. They can't be disobedient to the Lord. They can't say, well, nah, Lord, I'm not doing that. These people are just out here having a good time. They're bringing in a new year. And they was talking about how it was around that particular time, it would have been a lot of younger people there as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what their age range is over there as far as their clubbings. But, of course, 18 to 25-ish, you know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of people. That's a big resort, when, Esau go over there to ski. He liked the cold. He like, all that damn, he likes shit like that. That's not shit that Jake is into. The scripture says that Jacob was a plain man. We're not into going out in sub-0 degree weather and fucking doing anything. Jake like to be warm, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake like to be comfortable. We chilling at the crib, man, in that kind of weather. We're not, in no damn ski resorts, going to the top of no fucking hills and skiing down fucking avalanche land on your ass. Esau get caught up in all that kinds of stuff, man. Matter of fact, it was I'm trying to think, maybe 6 Edomites the other day ended up getting caught up in an avalanche, so to speak, and that snow buried their asses in, and they didn't make it out. So this is shit that Esau does, man. He's all over the place. But didn't want to keep this long. I just saw that story, and I'm like, yep, hey, that's a token, man, because we praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for a token from the Lord, you know what I'm saying? For tokens from the Lord to see the fall of Esau, man. To just see the asses suffer, man. Because they don't care about nobody else, you know? That's why when things happen to them, you know, people be just kind of just, you know, clowning their asses. You know? Going to the comment boards, people be clowning them, man. Nobody have no respect for Esau like that no more, because the man goes throughout the earth and he kills, steals, destroys, and he shows absolutely no mercy towards nobody, man. So when shit happened to their asses, everybody just mocking them. So it is what it is with that, man. I just wanted to just do something quick on that. Hey, know that the Lord is in control of who lives and who dies, man. Don't let these people fool you into thinking that Satan is just out here running around rampant. That's some Edomite shit. White people came up with those myths and fables and stories. Shit is not biblical, man. So with that, pray that this lesson was edifying. Om Yasha Allah and a Baba Bar.